Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Today I have my cousin Shelli back. Remember her from Mother's Day? We did a card together, and her friend Linda, who's one of my fans, and I'm so excited to be crafting with her today. So what we're going to be doing first, we're going to do a fairy garden, and Shelli's going to show you all about how to do that, and then Linda and I are going to make our own. Linda's making a fairy garden in a pot, like Shelli is, and I'm making a fairy garden wreath. So we have a little variety for you. I never did a fairy garden, so we're very excited to do that. And people have been saying they haven't seen me on video. Here I am, in all my finery. With that being said, we want to get on and show you how to make some fairy gardens. My cousin Shelli is going to show you how to make a fairy garden, and she's going to show you what she used as her idea.
This is kind of what I had set out at home. I didn't glue anything down yet, but it's important to figure out how you want everything laid out ahead of time. And this is what I'm aiming for. And I got this idea from Crafting It Up in Creations by Janet. It's a YouTube channel.
Okay, great.
Yep. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we just get any size pot you want. This is a rather large one, but you're going to want to cut some type of cardboard or foam board to fit in the top. I'm not using any dirt or live plants. I'm just going to use anything artificial because I don't want to put any kind of dirt or plants in here, so I don't want to have to worry about anything getting ruined. I do want to decorate the side, so we're going to do that first. I've got a door here that I'm going to glue onto the side of the planter to make it look like these fairies have a home inside the ground. So we're going to be using hot glue, which Sandy had already gotten warmed up for me. So I'm going to do this first. I'm going to put the door right here. We're just going to use our glue gun. To the back here. And just glue that on the side here. So now the door kind of makes it look like these fairies and these gnomes have a little home inside the ground. Okay, so now that that's holding, we're going to add some stones and some grass and some mossy rocks. These are all from the Dollar Tree. We have one called floral moss, one called reindeer moss.
The Dollar Tree, I've never been there before.
It's a newfangled place.
It's one of the best places ever.
These are little moss rocks, again from the dollar store. And then a bag of stones, which they always have.
Hey Shelli, didn't you say that you found some things on that because it's end of season that they have a bunch of clearance things?
Yes, all the houses and the fairies and the gnomes I got at either Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, or Big Lots. And Big Lots and Family Dollar had everything on sale because it's considered seasonal with the nicer weather. So this time of year, everything was discounted 40–50%. So I stocked up on all kinds of stuff, and they make all different kinds of sizes, large and small, depending on how big you want yours to be.
So this is actually the perfect time to make a fairy garden.
Yes, it is. And like I said, I'm going to keep mine on my front porch that's covered, so I don't have to worry about anything getting wet or anything like that. So I think this is going to probably make a big mess, but I'm just going to start pulling this out and applying glue. Okay, so I'm just going to keep pushing along the side here. And you just want to do kind of a smaller area at a time so your glue doesn't dry too quickly. I remember Janet saying that. You want to kind of just do a small area at a time. If you try to put too much glue down, then it starts to dry before you've got your stuff on there.
And you guys don't know this, but we have fans on because we have, it doesn't look like it, but we have a lot of really high lights on. So it's really hot in here, and Shelli is being a real trooper by not whining about how hot it is, because I'm ready to just throw in the towel and whine a little bit. She's brave. And while Shelli's doing hers, her friend Linda is working on her fairy garden, and then I'm going to make a fairy garden wreath, and I'll work on that after Shelli really gets her top on and gets on a real roll.
And now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of stop with the side, because this is just going to be a tedious repetition of adding grass And I know also adding some rocks in there is kind of cool too, but that's totally your own preference. You don't even have to decorate the side. I just really liked the idea of having the door go into the ground. So what I'll be continuing that later, but that kind of gives you an idea of how to decorate the outside.
And we'll make sure we show you what Shelli's finished product looks like.
That's
and
right.
The other thing is I don't know if you can see the strings, but if you do have problems with glue strings and you have either a hair dryer or your hot glue gun, those after you're done, you're just going to blow your hot air on those strings, and most of us spend our lives picking those strings off. And that's kind of pointless. Just wait till the end.
Okay, so now what I'm doing is I took a piece of foam board that I cut just a little bit smaller than the top of the flower pot. And I'm just kind of gluing the edge again. I got this idea from the video that I watched, but just to kind of seal it in there so that it won't move around. And all of this is going to be covered with not only our decorations, but more moss, more grass, and some rocks. So now we're just going to start adding our pieces. I've been, like I said, collecting these, finding them on sale. You can find them at, I think the best variety would be at any kind of a crafting store. We've got these little green stepping stones that I kind of had off to the side here by the swing set. The fairy, the gnome holding the fairy garden sign. Sorry, I'll turn it like that to show you. Putting him right here. We've got a variety of houses. We've got some that look like this, some that look like this. And again on the door, like the door that I put on the side, they make different ones of those. This one is a little bit different than the one I used. I'm going to got some signs. This one says Enchanted. Just going to kind of, now these, because they're on a stake, you can just kind of poke it down in there and wherever you want to put it, and if you change your mind you can pull it back out and push it in somewhere else, and then we'll just stabilize it with a little bit of hot glue. Once I've got everything laid out, I'm going to hot glue it. So we've also got these colorful stone, looks like stepping stones, kind of like the green ones, but these are more on the fairy end of it. These were from Big Lots, and these came in a set. I've got my wishing well here that I'm going to have the stones kind of lead up to the wishing well. I'm going to get another gnome, put him in here, and we've also got a couple of fairies. They do come in large and small. I think I'm going to be using one of the smaller ones here, and I'm going to put her back in here. I'm going to use another door and put that towards the back, almost like a door leading out of the garden. Got a fairy lamppost that I'm going to put along here in the back, and just have the walkway leading up to the door. Move that. I think it fits better up against there with the flat edge. Found these little, almost looks like a little bird bath with the flower on top, so we're going to put that by the fairy. And actually, I think I'm going to move him a little bit closer, and then I've got a woman fairy to go along with it, like a little fairy couple here, and she's going to kind of stand by the walkway too. I do have this one that I think I'm not going to be using. We'll save this for another fairy garden. It just says Love Grows Here, and so I'm pretty sure this is all the pieces I was planning on using, and so now we can start. Oh, no, I have one more item. These are also on a stake, and they are little flowers. So I'm going to put a few of these in the back here and just poke them right down through the foam board, which is now pretty secure now that the glue has dried. So now I'm just going to start gluing everything down, and I'm going to stop the tape while I do that, because once all these items are glued down, then we're going to add some of these, some more of the grass and the rocks, and these mossy stones that I got. I think I may put one somewhere in this garden, but I'll probably put them more along the side. Oh, I also did finally found some of these, what they call succulents. They were from, I think, Family Dollar, but they were only at, they might have been Dollar Tree. And you know, you can cut these apart and just fit them down in there for a little bit more filler, and they take up quite a bit of space, so that's kind of nice to be able to do that. So now everything is glued down, but I did want to show, after I had everything glued down, I kind of decided I didn't want this gnome here. So I just wanted to show you how easy it is to pop these off if you change your mind, and actually move it a little bit off to the side so it sticks well. And I'm going to be covering all this with grass. So that's where we're at now, is we're ready to put some grass on. I've decided to maybe use a different type of grass than what I used on the side. I'm saving this bag for further decorating the sides, and I've got this, which is a little bit finer and looser, but it was also from the Dollar Tree. I think for me, I'm not real good with the glue gun, so I think I'm just going to start drizzling some on the black. Kind of what it looks like, as I'm just, like I said, I'm going to work in a small area and just put a little bit of glue down at a time, just because I'm still kind of new with the glue gun and I'm not sure how quickly it'll dry, and once it's dry, it's kind of stuck to the poster board for good. Okay, so this is what it looks like now after I've glued down the grass / mossy stuff and put some rocks in there. I think I added a couple succulents that weren't in there before, and everything is glued down. Now, one thing I just wanted to show you mistake-wise is when I decided to put a door on the side. As you can see, the door is here, but the way the fairy garden kind of faces is out this way. So this is the nice thing about hot glue. Literally, I should be able to just kind of pry this off of here, and I can cover this area with grass and reuse this door. Scrape the glue off, and I'm going to put it more towards the front here, so when the fairy garden is facing out, the door is visible from the bottom. And then I'm going to finish it with the grass and the moss, and it's pretty much done. But I have to say, it was a lot of fun just gluing everything down, and you know, if you take your time with it, you can have a lot of fun. It's no big rush. Even if you want to spread it out over a couple days, you don't have to do it all in one day, but you can make it how you like it, and you can always change it out later. So this is my fairy garden, and again, I got this idea from Crafting It Up in Creations by Janet, and I really appreciated how she made it look like it was fun to do, and it made me want to do it.
I'm going to show Linda's then, and mine, well, mine is a work in progress. This is mine. I decided to go with a wreath instead of the pot, and the reason for that is my brother-in-law is really into gnomes, and I thought I'd mail it to him and figure out a way to get the gnome included in it. So mine, I'm going to zoom in so you can see the front really well. The house, I'm going to probably have to put a popsicle behind to adhere it, but all I did was hot glued everything to a foam base. So it's not a big foam, it's a 12-incher, Dollar Tree. You know I got it there. Anyway, that's the look and feel of mine. The little pot in the front, I'm going to fill right there. I'm going to fill that with stones so it has like a cute appeal to it. And that is mine. Isn't it frisky? Shelli's friend Linda. Say hi, Linda. Hi. And Linda is all about doing her own fairy garden, right?
Yes.
Oh!
Yay.
Jeez, I almost broke Linda's fairy garden. We'll leave that in, because, you know, that's typical Sandy. Here's her door, which is adorable. Now, Linda isn't finished with hers. She wants hers to have a Halloween feel to it and be kind of creepy. So she's going to go to Dollar Tree. Weirdly enough, she's never been to the Dollar Tree. I think she's the only Dollar Tree virgin I know. Is that acceptable terminology? I'm using it. Anyway, so this is me videotaping holding the camera, so if it wobbles, you know it's going to be horrible. Linda has this cute little wheelbarrow in the front of hers that I completely forgot the name of, and now I've rebounded on. And then she has the cute little pine cones, and then her little light post, and then her little walkway, and her fairy house, and her, look at that bush. You know how you pay millions of dollars for those kind of bushes? I think Shelli got that at the Dollar Tree.
Yep. And she's going to put a pumpkin in her wheelbarrow.
And she's putting a pumpkin in her wheelbarrow. Genius. So cute. And then look at this mound of succulents. It's so darn cute.
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree. Linda's going to be living there. I told her she shouldn't go because it'll be another time where somebody blames me for their like a junkie for Dollar Tree. But anyway, that is Linda's, and I think it's cute. I'm sorry, the tripod in the background. And I hope you got all the good angles of that house because it is cuter than a button. So we're really proud of our accomplishments. And our next project is we're going to make wreaths because I have Christmas wreaths and we need to glue more stuff together. So we'd like to thank you for watching us make fairy gardens, and we hope that you were inspired to make something of your own. I know that Joanne's is selling Halloween-inspired fairy products, so you might want to check out your local craft stores to see what other things they have and make one of your own. I hope you'll give this a thumbs up and subscribe. Please tell one friend about me on social media. So thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.